Mauricio Ludena,
That's right.
all the way from Norway and via Peru, right?
That's right. Born and raised in
Born and
Peru.
raised in Peru, and I've had the pleasure of seeing you almost every year. For how many years?
I don't know, 15 years maybe?
15 years.
Yeah,
You have the pleasure of seeing your kids grow up.
Yeah.
You know, from little babies to kids to, you know, little to beasts now on the mat, right?
I still
awesome.
remember my first day when I came here.
Uh-huh.
I came and you were having some classes, and you stood up, and you came
Okay.
to me and said, "Hello, do you speak Portuguese?"
I asked you if you speak Portuguese.
Yeah, you
okay.
asked me if I speak Portuguese, and I said, "No, I'm coming from Peru." I said, "Yeah, yes, change, join as soon as possible." And,
Nice.
That's how it was.
Nice.
Very welcoming.
So black belt under Eduardo Teta.
That's correct. When I came here, I just became blue belt actually.
Wow. And now, yes, talking to the microphone.
Sorry.
It's okay, no biggie. Yeah, just so sometimes it's only audio. Got you. Just finished training, so got your glasses fogged up.
Yeah, I'm sweating still.
And man, it's been pretty cool to see your journey all these years. Even though you live in Norway, but you've come almost every year. So I've seen the progression, your kids' progression. Your kids used to train with my kids, you know.
That's right.
When they were smaller, and
yeah, it has been very, very natural for us to come and join your school every time that we came here. I remember, the reason why we are coming here is because my mother lives very close in the Van Nuys area.
Van Nuys area.
So for us, it's very important that our kids, for my wife and me, have contact with family. So it's relevant for us these trips because of family. And yeah, of course, I was already into jiu-jitsu, so I started asking. I went to a couple of academies before I got to know yours, and I was.
How many years ago? They said like.
I don't know.
Over 10 years, huh?
13 years, maybe. It's more precise. Yeah. And when I was blue belt, I was really competing a lot, and I got one guy from Gracie Barra. I think he's in Sherman Oaks, or he was in Sherman Oaks. He was one of your black belts, and he said to me, "You want some serious shit?" So yes, okay, go to Alberto. That's the place. You will get good rolls there.
Nice.
So that's how I came to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word of mouth, huh?
Yeah.
The best form of marketing.
Yeah.
Right. Of word of mouth. Yeah. Nice. So how did you end up in Norway? You're always from Peru. So you were born in Peru, born and raised in Peru?
That's correct. So I met this girl. I was having my internship you were there in Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
So I was living on a camp in a mountain that is behind Machu Picchu. There is a hydropower station there. Mm-hmm. So when I was
you're an engineer.
Yeah, I am an engineer. So I was having an internship there, and during camp time, I have to be at the camp, isn't it? So I couldn't move away. But I had 13 days free, which I used to go to the city. And it happens to be that my family also, it's in Cusco. I have family in Cusco. And I have friends of the family who were giving me a place to sleep and to eat when I was coming down from the camp. So at the same time, my wife was having kind of you will call it a cultural exchange experience with a school program where she was learning how to...
From Norway?
Yeah, from Norway.
Wow.
Where she just finished her undergraduate, and she was having like lessons of Spanish plus this cultural experience. So she asked for the school to place her in a family house. It happens to be that has been the house of a family that was friends of my family. So I used to call them like cousins and aunts, and you know. So it was.
And
very,
you just
very
happened
close.
to line up when you were there.
Yeah, 13 days free, and I had the beautiful girl in the house at the same time. So we started going out, and it happens just almost by default. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And look at you now. And so what was the process of moving to Norway from Peru?
Yeah, it was at the
because all your
beginning.
family's in Peru, right?
Yeah, but my family, my closest family is my mother, and she's now in LA. She moved, but that time already. So when I met my wife, my mother already moved to LA.
Ah, okay.
She got married to an American, and she established here. So I don't have a close relation. I didn't have a close relation with my father, so I cannot speak about that. But it happens to be that with my wife, we decided to establish and to live together very early. We knew from the very beginning that we wanted to be together. So we tried to do different stuff. So we tried things at Cusco first, and then we tried things at Lima second. But the reality is
to live there,
to live together and to build something together. So we had projects and we have things like a backpackers hostel, for example. That's something that we built together. We end up selling it afterwards. And what happened afterwards is that how say it? The reality is that the standard of life for us at that time, it was good, but not as good as a Norwegian standard of life, if you understand what I mean. So in many senses, we felt that she was getting delay in her personal development. So we try first with her staying with me in Peru, and then it was time for me to try in Norway. But to move to Norway from Peru, it have to be a more elaborated plan, because I have finished education. So if I'm moving to Norway and I want to, if the aspiration was to have a good standard of life and live good and do things that we want to do and enjoy life, work hard and so on, then we have to do things in that direction. So so we plan a little bit how to build up education for myself in Norway. So that was the plan. And with the help of her family, actually with her father, we managed to get into contact to universities and to get acceptance and so on. So I end up moving in the middle of 2005 to follow graduate education.
20 years, huh?
Yeah.
20 years ago.
So that's how it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So everything afterwards just came by its own weight. So finished education. She got a job. She continued education also. I got a job. And we start putting all things together, and then we decide to have kids. We end up moving our dogs from Peru also all the way to Norway.
Wow.
And yeah, then we
what city do you live in?
Asker.
Asker. That's
Asker
the main.
Asker is like 20 minutes far from Oslo. Oslo is
the main city.
The capital. Yeah. Beautiful place.
Yeah. I've only seen people traveling there, so I've seen like the mountains. I've been to Sweden, I've been to Denmark.
It's very much it's the same.
But like in Norway, there's a lot of like bigger mountains. Yeah.
Yes. The nature is amazing. It's like I always when people ask me, I said, "Have you read and see the pictures or illustrations in Hansel and Gretel?" Yes. Yeah. It's like that, man. It's just beautiful. It's stunning when you go into the city. How the city and how the urban zone, it's mixed with the rural zone, and the forest is in between. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
everything is green. And I cannot speak. You have to see yourself.
Yeah, the cold, right? Besides the cold, like it seems like everything's like beautiful. Like for me, I just thought to live there, right? The cold and because I remember going to Sweden in the wintertime.
Yeah,
and like I remember the sun came up at like 10 a.m. and then the sun went down maybe like. Was it 4 p.m. something like that?
Yeah, so there are two things.
Something like that.
No, you're talking about the weather by temperature. That's one thing, and by lightness.
Lightness, yeah, the light being out. But then in the summertime, the sun doesn't go down, right?
It depends where.
Right. The more north you go, the less it goes down.
The tougher it becomes. Yeah. So, but I noticed that after my first 5 years in Norway, that I start getting affected by the darkness, not necessarily by the coldness, but the darkness.
The darkness, the lack of sunlight.
Yeah, I start noticing that I have two personalities. So Mauricio is one person in the summertime, another person in the wintertime. I turn to be more quiet I call myself, I become very boring in winter. So I have to push myself a little bit. And I think I can't speak for some people there also find themselves there. But, I see my kids, for example, they're very active in the winter. They're going out, they're skiing, they are doing snowboard, they are just doing a lot of crazy stuff. But like most Norwegians, isn't it? If you have not born and
so you've the Viking blood.
Yeah, they have that from their mother. So she have introduced them to that. When I came, I tried to ski. I can ski in a decent manner just to follow you on a trip. But as soon as it becomes tough and adrenaline building, I back up a little bit.
Yeah. I remember my friend who had the Marcus Coal. He would they would have these Swedish parties, and people would come from it's one of the biggest what do you call it, people vacation, like it's like so many people travel to like Southern California actually from like Sweden and probably Norway too, but Sweden to see some sun, right? To get some sun and to get out of that.
I'm doing exactly
the winter
the same.
time.
Crazy enough, I remember my wife was every second that the sunlight was spotting out. She ran to the garden. She ran outdoors. I'm doing exactly the same right now. Whenever it's sun, I'm hunting the sun now. Crazy, but I didn't do that before. So I didn't realize how important is that.
Vitamin D, huh?
Yeah. And I'm overdosing myself with vitamin D all the time. I'm taking my tablets.
Yeah, I remember and then my friends are telling me, rest in peace. Oh my God, Waldo Zapata.
Waldo Zapata.
Yeah.
I have the pleasure to join one of his seminars. Yeah. Here and also in
Sweden.
Oh,
here and there.
Yes. Yes. And I remember when I met Waldo here, I said, Professor Waldo. And he said, come on, man, you are from Norway. Why are you calling me professor here? You know how it is there. So, yeah.
What do they say there?
Yes, Waldo.
They don't like the titles and everything.
Very, very flat. Very flat,
Yeah, but I remember him saying they people change in the summertime once the sun comes out, like springtime, and the sun starts to come out more. People are much happier, and
it is
right.
It is. The coffee places are full. You don't have a chance to get a place if it's a really nice day. It's everybody are outside, so it is mandatory to be outside.
Yeah. So how did you find jiu-jitsu in you started in Norway, correct?
Yeah. So I did submission wrestling in Peru many years. I actually started martial arts in 1995, 96, around that time. I did Kung Fu, I did kickboxing, Thai boxing, and then we were training at the Kung Fu Federation in the National Stadium in Lima. Yeah, and then we got the guys from the Judo Federation who invited us to have some sparring. We went down to look at that, and they were just using Newasa and neutralizing us with zero effort. So I was impressed, isn't it? And
you want to learn this?
Yeah, how is that? No, because my friends who were doing these flying kicks and all that, they couldn't do anything. They were just hack and put down and
close the distance, take them down.
Yeah, it was like many people experience. It was like a
Horace Gracie, right?
Reality check.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but people were very nice, tough but nice, and I got to meet the national trainer, the national coach,
team coach.
Yeah, the team coach, a Cuban guy, Luis Mieres, very smart guy. And he said, Mauricio, whenever you want, come here, just be around. You cannot become a judo player because you have to be federated to be here. But whenever there's open sessions and sparring, just come and join, and we will teach you Newasa. And that's how I start. I started getting into Newasa, but still not like the gi. I didn't like the gi too much. I thought it was too technical. And I was bigger, and I was definitely stronger. And so I rely a lot on physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So now I was more into the nogi part. So I like to do my sessions without a jacket, unless I was asked for it, isn't it? Then I heard about some guys who were doing ballet todo in Lima, and these guys belong to the Wrestling Federation, and they were
The Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
Like Olympic wrestling.
Yes. They were doing Olympic wrestling, but they were doing also freestyle wrestling.
Freestyle and Greco are the Olympic styles.
Yeah, there were two groups there, but they were hanging together, and they were doing good in the ballet todo circle, and I wanted to hear more about them, and I heard about my coach actually, who became my coach afterwards, Ivan Iberico, and his brother David Iberico. So I looked for them and I started training with them. And when I left in 2005, Peru, and for me it was just natural to search for something else in Norway that was similar. So I started doing submission wrestling still, but it didn't become until the middle of 2008 that I started really dressing with the gi in a more serious way. So in 2007 I was flirting with the idea, but in 2008 then I started really putting the uniform on and working with the
And look at you now.
Now I'm trying my kids are more stuck into the gi than the no-gi. I don't know.
Did you see Kevin's meet? She did an interview with her, and he's like, he was asked people, gi or no gi?
Yeah, I saw that.
And she's like, gi. You're like, what? The Olympic champion saying gi, right? Because you can do more things. There's more options, right?
Yeah, I think it depends, isn't it? Both are very, very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
For sure, both.
I think gi will give to you a more technical side. And it's, in my opinion, maybe a lot of people will disagree, but in my opinion, it's safer than no gi.
Yeah, slower, right? So it can be slower.
Yeah, and when I introduced that to my kids, that was one of the priorities that I had, that they should learn structure, but also in a safe way. Because my wife was not a fan of martial arts when I met her. So for me, it was very important to have her on the team and not against the team. So everything was a strategy. So I said, I'm going to take care of them and they will not get hurt. I promise you. So she trusts me, and believe it, Matthias, for example, he started training when he was 4 years old.
4 years old.
That's my oldest kid, and now he's 17 years old, and he has been hurt or maybe kind of hurt during competition 4 times in all his life. During training, anytime. No, I mean, never. So, and Tobias is the same. Tobias, I don't think Tobias has been hurt anytime, actually. So, and that's with the gi, isn't it? And that's because I have put some effort also in not only letting them understand about rules and consequences, but also educating myself and educating others and spreading the word, telling everybody what's good to do, what's not good to do, and why. And if people do not like that, okay, that's fine, but then you have to do it in our place because we're playing this type of rules,
Yeah.
So, it may sound boring for some people, but fortunately, I'm a little bit like that. I'm very focused on safety.
There's smart ways to train, right?
Yeah.
And you want to train the smart way for maximum success, right? Because if you're hurt or things happen, you're not going to be able to maximize your potential, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important.
I did many years no-gi when
And I'm sure you made some mistakes yourself that you don't want to have your kids.
I did a lot of stupid things, and not only to myself but to others. I think things I regret. I shouldn't do that. If I see someone like myself 20 years ago doing this on the gym, I will stand up and stop him. Just imagine. So.
Things have evolved too, right? These years, like from the Fight Club days to more finesse, more technique, smarter ways with recovery, even now with those kinds of things. And everybody's getting on it, right? The right way to train.
Right.
The best way.
So you asked me about jiu-jitsu, yes. And then when I came to Norway, we were training no-gi, and then I got to know more and more the people from the gi. And my coach, He was an inspiration. Also, always very open. Always very. He have always 1 minute for me when I have a question. He always, yes, Mauricio, of course. And then always was of course. Never a no. I was like, when he's going to say to me, I don't have time. So and I have also some other people from the GI that were very good towards me. So I felt myself very comfortable in that group. Yeah. So the no-gi team have been a little bit more unstable, like people leaving, coming, and so on. But the gi group was more stable. So that also have to do something with the structure and the we call it tension. It's like curricula that we have to follow. And,
Curriculum, huh?
And
what about culture?
Culture also, yeah, have a lot to do. But I will say maybe a little bit more chill, isn't it? With no gi environments.
With gi, you mean?
With no gi.
With no gi.
Yeah, a little bit more
More
relaxed.
chill, more relaxed.
Yeah, more like, and then when it's time to fight, is war. A little bit like that, isn't it? I like very much the old school type, like when you make a reverence, you say hello to your coaches, you respect the hierarchy, you know where you belong, and you ask for things. I don't like me never to believe I am entitled to something, never. Even if I have done that many times, I always like to say I have learned that because other experiences, I have seen so many years, so many experiences of people like falling into that. Why you didn't say what you wanted. So it's just as easy as that. So
you can always do it in a respectful way, right?
Right. Be open. And if it does not fit with your interest, what the other person likes, then it's fine. But you are open. You don't go bypass or you don't go behind the back. Things like that,
You travel a lot, right? You go to like Europeans, you go to different, are you going to like, maybe not Brazil, but you go to like, you come to the world, right?
I'm traveling a lot because of my oldest. So
Matthias,
when he have compete quite a lot now as a juvenile, as a kid also he have compete quite a lot, but not
more
as
local,
not as much as a juvenile. And when he became a juvenile, we have a conversation, and he said, I want to be as much. I want to do as best as I can with what I have, isn't it? Because he is a young man that he has his own goals. He wants to pursue education and have kind of life based on academics and so on. So. And that's very nice. I am very happy for that. But at the same time, he wants to do his sport the best that he can with the limitation that the academics will give to him, isn't it? Because academics present to you some limitations with regards to time, planning, scheduling, and so he have to really adjust a lot.
Organize his
schedule. Yeah, and sometimes it's
to maximize his skill building and training.
It can be tough sometimes. So when I'm traveling with him, I'm trying to secure myself 100% that he is not bothered with things like I need water, I need to know who I'm fighting next, or what I have to take care of. I'm trying to clean all the path for him so he's full focus on his next fight. That's what I'm doing. But of course, during the years, we have built up a relation, not only father-son, but also coach, student somehow. I'm saying somehow because I don't like to call myself coach.
Right, it's hard as a dad first.
That first, yes, and for the coach part, it has been a very rewarding experience. But at the same time, it's experience that I don't take it for granted. I never took it for granted. I always try to remind myself, Matthias, anytime can decide to stop, anytime can meet someone else, or something else that he likes best, and tell me we are finished here, and I have to accept that. So that doesn't mean that I'm not doing my work also to show him the benefits of the other part of the sport, isn't it? But I try to remind that to myself all the time. Same I'm doing with the little one, with Tobias, or Tobias in English. hopefully it's going to be more or less the same. I'm pretty satisfied right now how it's going with Matthias. I think he's deep into the sport. He have.
He's asking you, how can I be my best? What
Yeah.
how can you help me? What do I need to do? Can you help me do that? That's what he wants.
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. And of course,
so it takes full commitment, right?
Full commitment, and also you have to do your homework. You have to check what to teach him, what probably to avoid, how to guide him, because he will not take everything from you. You know, it's like one thing is like if his coach in the academy is telling him, he will probably take it that much easier.
Right. What do you know? You're my dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No,
it seems like you have a great relationship in that sense.
But his way of probably rejecting an advice will be, I tried that before and it worked out.
It didn't work out.
It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, and I said, okay. My way of countering that is with who?
With who?
Yeah, and then if it's silence, then I know. Okay, then it's okay. Then he just have to think if he is going to take it or not. And the thing, as Teta, my coach, said to me one time, if someone does not get an advice, it's fine. It will just take more time. That's what it is.
Everybody learns different times, right? Sometimes you have to learn the hard way. You try to protect, but you gotta let them let people fail to learn, right? Unfortunately,
right.
It's hard, but you know.
But you know what? The little one, he's a copy paste guy. So in his
he's watching Matthias.
Yeah, in his mind, if Matthias can do that, I can definitely do it. Or I want to be like him. So Matthias is really an amazing boy because he's clearing up for me in many ways, and that is not only for jiu-jitsu. That's in many things. So Tobias is growing in you can say maybe a safer environment even, because whatever he brought his brother try and did, of course he can do it. It's not a question.
He's forging the past in the family.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see your boys getting good at jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
and growing.
Tobias, Matthias just scored 8 points on me today, and I was giving him a fight. 8 points. Last time we fought, he scored 2. So now I'm behind scores. I was waiting for the choke to happen or the armbar. And that's with Matthias. With Tobias is.
I joke with some of the guys, like for example, like with my daughter, like her pursuing her, going after it, like I have to pretend almost a little bit that I'm not so excited that she's choosing to go in these ways, you know. But it's really special to be able to share like a common passion, right?
Yeah. I sometimes I think I hope it never ends, this experience, because now I'm able to roll with my son. You mind that? I don't know if many people understand, but that's a joy. That's a real joy. Being able to I'm rolling
to really be able to train.
And I'm going almost 100% with him. That's a joy. That's really, that fulfills me a lot. I feel like, man,
you're living your life to the fullest.
Yeah, and I feel that. He can stand, he can protect himself, protect his mother, protect his brother. I feel like that part that is so primal into us, man, it's there. I know if something happens, he will stand up. I know it.
Amazing.
So I'm happy with that. But that gives to you a lot of resilience and also a lot of attitude towards many other things in life, you know, because you have that covered, you feel more secure. More.
Do you ever ask him if he's gonna get his black belt?
When he's going to get?
No, do you ever ask him if is that one of his goals? You ever just casually it come up?
I think he talked about that once. Like, when do you think I could get my black belt? Something like that. So
he's thinking that.
He's thinking it.
The idea is in his head.
Yeah, and I said to him, everything depends on you. So it can be fast, or it can take some time.
Yeah.
But, as long as you're doing things good.
The reason I was asking is because some of my old students from forever ago, they say like, man, there was a conversation we had about like a black belt, and it dropped a seed in my head, and it was something that I never like kind of forgot.
Yeah.
So I like just like a simple. It doesn't have to even be about that, but it just comes up, you know, and then they think about it, right? So the fact that he brings it up, that's there you go. That's all it is.
But I think the focus on the belts and on the
Skill
stripes,
building, you know.
it dropped at least with Tobias. I have not seen that too much. Matthias was a little bit focused on that until he was orange belt. From
The stripes and the belts, yeah.
And who and why, and if it's good for the coach, I'm sorry, man. That's how it is. You have to accept it.
I'm talking about like juvenile and adult kind of divisions. What's your take on stripes and belts, like promotion wise? Receiving stripes and just I guess let's start with stripes because that's two questions.
Yeah. So I think there is more focus on stripes now than before. I have never ever got the stripe in my color belts. I got the only stripe in my life was on my black belt. That's the only one. But I understand.
Do you think it's good?
I don't have really a strong opinion on that, but I understand that it's important to highlight.
Acknowledge, right?
Acknowledge progress on the kids, especially.
The kids, yeah.
On the kids, if we want really to them to feel that they are progressing, they should get a reward that resembles the progression. However, I'm not, so I don't sympathize too much of giving stripes for giving stripes. So if you just come to class and you're playing all the time and you don't listen, and your friend it's working hard, doing the drill, coming on time, dressing up, tightening its belt, and showing some actual commitment, I don't think you should give stripes to both of them. I think the one who is not doing the job should wait a little bit. Yeah. We should be, as adults, we should be smart to explain that to them. So I would like you to get a stripe, but I want you also to do this. You know?
Yeah.
You know. So.
It's funny the whole thing for me because I got stripes one time when I was a blue belt. I got 4 stripes at once.
Really?
Yeah, just like, oh, you looked at me. Jacqueline looked at me.
Yeah.
You're 4 degrees on your blue belt. Oh, okay. I don't even know what to think. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't even. It was before you had the black bars on the belts and everything. So it was I don't know if I even put it there. You know, but I was really like excited. You know, because you just keep going, right? You just show up and do the work. And I think that there's a part of that I think that's good, you know. Not for everybody. Everybody's different, and that's okay, you know. But like for example, my kids, like I don't think after like yellow belt, like no stripes, you know. Gray belts, okay, you know. But after yellow belt, they didn't get any stripes. And my son got a stripe on his blue belt tonight. I asked him to take it off.
Okay.
Just you want to build skills, right? You want to get good.
Yeah. I think also that's why.
And I think when you get your belt, you're that belt, you know.
Yeah.
And I think if you take that away, you know, I'm not. It's okay, right? To the stripes, it's all good, but just, you know, I don't know. I think it's the focus should be on skill building and getting better, right?
That's right. For us,
otherwise you're just going through the motions in a way, right?
Yes.
No passion, no. I don't. You know, sometimes, you know.
Yeah, but yes, for us adults, it's easy to understand that. You know, for kids, they have to be less abstract, have to be really visible. So they understand that. But of course, as I said to you, it's important to inform them why they are not getting the stripe this time, and why, if they do good, they will get it next time. Just to create some also mindset, some culture, some good vibe in the room. You know, people want to do good.
Yeah,
and they want to show themselves. That's what you want. That's what you want. So yeah, I was going to say to you after I mentioned that Matthias was focused on stripes until he was orange belt.
Orange belt.
But now he's not. He's not. You can.
It's like the last thing on his mind.
No, he's not really. It's amazing, but he have got to that point, and I'm pretty serious that he's not, because he really doesn't mind if somebody gets this. No, very good. Cheers. And yeah, that's it. He have right now 4 stripes, I think.
On his blue belt.
Or 3. 3 maybe. Oh, he will get 4 soon, but I don't think he minds. He minds. You know.
How have you seen jiu-jitsu change over these years, from your beginning gi days to now?
A lot. I think jiu-jitsu have become more accepted, and I can speak my experience in Norway. Jiu-jitsu at the very beginning was a little bit unknown sport. Still not the most popular, but
it's grown a lot.
The rate of growth is crazy, and the number of youngsters that are more and more into the practice of jiu-jitsu has increased dramatically in the last 5 to 6 years, I will say. It's like every parent have heard about the benefits of jiu-jitsu. It's not like now people are not just coming just to try. No, I have heard about this, and this is good, and they have some first-hand information about how this works. So in that regard, it's very good. We have seen more focus into kids groups in Norway in the last 5 to 6 years, especially in the last 3 years. Now
I feel like that's everywhere, right? The kids exploding, and even the IBGF, right? They didn't used to have kids divisions.
That's right.
And now, like Jiu-Jitsu World League and these other organizations had kids divisions.
That's right.
And now IBGF has pretty much kids divisions in every open now.
That's right. That has been also a challenge, for example, for us as a family, because Norway have a very well-structured sports federation. So when kids want to do any sport, they have a full supportive system.
Mm-hmm.
And jiu-jitsu is not a federated sport in Norway. So it happened to be that you are relying on the private academy. So if a private academy is doing good, then that's good, isn't it? But the reality is it's hard for an academy to have all this supportive system that the federation can offer.
Mm-hmm.
So and we have compete. I mean, literally, we have compete against that.
Competing against that.
Yeah, because
that structure.
Because where we live, there is this arena where you have all the sports. So we were facing this situation that why you have to travel all the way to Oslo for practicing jiu-jitsu with the kids when you have all these other sports just nearby, and you have all this system and everything, So why? And to explain the why, and also make happen the why, because you have to fit the academy with the input, so things are working in the right direction. So you have a system that is working, and you show that is having a good impact on the development of your kids. So then you can be comparable to what the federation is offering in another sport. So that have been a challenge at the very beginning. Now it's getting better and better.
Yeah, for the kids, right, to have an environment.
Yeah.
I mean, from 20 years ago, like there was not too many kids jiu-jitsu programs. Now it's part of go for it. Now it's everywhere, right? If part of the school, like everywhere. I think everywhere, almost in the world, even Brazil.
Yeah. Now there are programs that are being developed for different groups, not only kids, also for women, for police officers, for different groups, isn't it? So the academies have some groups for doing their classes, for doing the product that they have to sell. So in that regard, it's very positive. It's adding to the community in a good way. Yeah.
Thoughts on jiu-jitsu's growth in the world? Currently,
yeah, I I think it has become more professional than ever. I think we are facing change because what I think is that before anybody could start late, for example, in jiu-jitsu and become a superstar, a very good athlete.
talking about like the young, like kids
Yeah.
that start later.
Yeah, now that is going to be very difficult to find unless you are a specimen, you know, unless you are really a talented guy and work hard. But that's going to be difficult because most of the kids that are moving up to the adult classes now have gone through almost all belts. I'm very curious about this year that is coming, 2026, because the 2008 generation is going to debut as an adult. All the blue belts, like Matthias, are going to have their first adult experiences in the big arenas this year. And I'm almost 100% sure that they are going to dominate the blue belt class. That's my feeling. I have seen blue belt classes of juveniles and blue belt classes of adults, and the level of technicality in all the fights, in average speaking, it's higher. It's really high, and I think for a guy who starts on his 20s, for example, and is fighting in the Europeans as a blue belt when he becomes 25.
It's a different situation, right? When somebody's a blue belt, they've been training for, let's say, 3 years, right, or 4 years, compared to a kid that's a blue belt that's been training for 10, 12, 13, 14 years,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's completely different. I think we are going to see more younger generation reaching the podium in all classes, in all levels. You are looking at that right now already. So I think that's going to be the path that we are going to experience in the closest years. And also, I don't know, I really hope IBAF, for example, is still holding the offer for the master classes, because that may have another type of development. So the master classes may have also a good level when adults are really facing these challenges, isn't it? So, I mean, I have friends that are 40 years old and still want to compete in adult class. Okay, that's a good thought.
Look at Lovato, right?
Yeah, but Lovato is Lovato. So that's a different story.
He kind of grew up since he was pretty young, as well. Yeah. But the fact that he's been able to stay healthy, right, all these years, it's pretty phenomenal. He got third place at the U.S. Open for wrestling, for freestyle wrestling.
Wow.
This last year, 2025, which was like crazy impressive.
Wow, yeah.
Because he didn't grow up wrestling, right?
Nah, but he looks healthy. So yeah, I mean, not all of us are in that situation. So for us to still having fun on a realistic level, master classes are really interesting.
Yeah,
I think we have to start looking at things in that direction. Of course, if you feel you have the chances and you really want to give a word, why not?
Yeah.
But just doing that can be a little bit unrealistic, and you are losing the opportunity. You know.
We were talking about, you're in the thick of it, right? You're into competition, IBJJF, jiu-jitsu tournaments. That's like kind of your life in a way, right? That's where your focus is right now.
I'm very much into my I call hobby.
Right.
Yes.
And so now looking at the big picture of jiu-jitsu and what the biggest things that it gives to you, what are some of the biggest things that you see jiu-jitsu giving us, people?
Resilience. It's like you will be beaten anytime, and you have to come back. It's no excuse. That's the thing. That's the thing, and that's what it will give you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I can have like 1 week of 4 sessions, and I'm just feeling great. I'm doing my stuff. I'm dominating. I'm going home happy, and then the last session of the week, you get up.
Yeah.
In the most ridiculous way, and then you smile again because you know that what means is that things are not over, so you have to come back. This is a story that I think we know
resilience.
very well. Yeah,
That's great.
resilience
That's great.
is the greatest.
I talked to Hoist Gracie and all these like some old school guys and you know the young guys too. But a common theme that I hear, I mean for myself, I include myself in there, is the relationships. You know,
of course,
the relationships that I've received over the years, or still have, you know, that I've still have, right?
Yeah.
So since the beginning. Do you feel that do you feel the same about that?
Yes. I feel I'm getting to know a lot of very good people. I like very much the welcoming environment that is combined with a hard role, if you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? Even if I don't, even if I don't train
check.
hard,
Reality
longer,
check.
Yeah, it's a reality check. So it's
warmth and you know, the warm feeling, right? Like a welcoming feeling, but
yes.
combined with a reality check.
Yes. I like that very much. But man, I know a lot of people now. I'm blessed for that. So I'm going when I'm traveling here and there. So I know people in different levels, isn't it? Some are more superficial than others, but I know people. That also implies that you have to keep yourself with a posture, have an attitude, remind yourself, you know, you have to showcase where you're coming from, who are you representing, what are you going to show, what are you going to say. Be smart. Nobody is free of doing failures or saying wrong things or acting wrong.
We're all human, right?
We can do that, but the fact that you have so many people who knows who you are give you just one path of behavior, and that's the good one. You know, you don't want to be the asshole. You want to be, you know that you can't do that because you will close all doors for you. So and I like that because it can be difficult for some people, but for most of us, it's nice. It's natural to be there. You know, so you just like to endorse the what you represent. You know, you endorse. So you want to show I'm coming from this place. I train with
your
this
lineage,
guy.
like the whole
lineage,
show respect, honor.
Yeah, and you see back
I think
yourself.
I think that's something that jiu-jitsu, like, let's say gi, it's not with no gi, but especially with the gi, like there's definitely like the martial art, the respect, the honor, it's just very clean, right? Because you have a uniform, right? I think it's something that you know other martial arts have, but jiu-jitsu is very real, right?
Yeah.
But it keeps that I think the culture, that martial art, like deep martial art culture, that's good for us to be better humans.
That's correct. To become better, yeah, and to be better, and be in that pursuit, isn't it? That's the word, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Laborio.
Yeah, Liborio.
You know, what you know, he's somebody that I've admired for forever, and his name came up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And Teta's under Laborio.
Teta is under Liborio. Yes, I had the pleasure to meet him a couple of times, not 3 times actually, when he traveled to Norway to
some seminars
to do, but mostly to endorse the graduation for
to be there,
Teta,
support.
yes. So I always like to cross a few words with him, and it's always like you get so much positivism from him all the time. It's like it's nice. I understand why my coach is also like that. Why Teta is also always positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just contagious, you know. So, yeah, no, and yeah, what he represents, it's something that we all have to understand, that we carry with our responsibility also as well. So you have to also have the same posture and represent the same.
That's right. That's right.
Even if he has not been my direct coach.
But you represent, like you sit on the shoulders of these people, right?
Yeah, and
these mentors.
I know many of the black belts that are from Teta are very aware about that. So they are very proud about it. Proud about being graduated with endorsement of Liborio. That's something that me also I'm very proud about it. I'm happy when I say that.
That's right. Yeah, I feel it. That's right. When we talked last week, that came up.
Yeah.
So, any shout outs to anybody? You've been doing jiu-jitsu for how many years now?
Well, 2007.
Martial arts and, you know, everything for...
Yeah, since 1995, 1990.
30 years. 30 years. There we go. Lifelong journey.
Yes.
Any shout outs you'd like to give?
Yes, a lot. Well, I think my coaches in Peru, Ivan Iberico, David Iberico, Luis Mieres, my coaches in Norway, Eduardo Teta Rios, Morten Johansson, also Renato Tavares, also he was a coach of me, good friend of Teta.
He comes to Norway sometimes?
No, he lives in Norway. This is another Renato Tavares.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Okay. They have the same.
There's the one in Florida, right? The old school, yeah. Okay.
So, but he have been my coach also when I was a blue belt, white belt, and we share the mat sometimes when I visit his new place, and But he also have an impact in my development. Nice. How to take jiu-jitsu, how to understand jiu-jitsu. He was the guy when I was a blue belt and said, I think I will stop here. He said to me, Mauricio, no, don't drop it. Take a break. Do that, but don't drop it, man. Because you are into it. Don't drop it. You will regret it. It's going to be hard for you to come back afterwards. And it was very simple, huh? It was not deep. It was not like...
it's funny, these one little liners or one sentence, right?
Yeah,
Stays in your head.
Yeah, I have a story about that also.
After how many years ago was that, right?
Yeah, well, many years. I remember that. This guy was the guy who was cheering for me in the fights like crazy, but like no other one. You could see that he was on my corner. And I that's why I love this guy, because I really see he was really, really, really connecting with me when I was going on fights. And but regarding these advices, I remember also when Matthias was 12 years old. He got a question because he was doing ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Yeah. So he got a question from the club if he wanted to continue doing ice hockey, that he had to commit 100% to ice hockey. Other than that, it would not be acceptable. So he had to come into this reflection about what's best for him. It will be jiu-jitsu, it will be ice hockey. So, and I talked to Teta about that. And then Matthias talked to the club. And in the club, I don't know if it was the coach or was the team leader, that's what we call it, said to him, if you are not sure yet about that, try to be sure soon, because if you are not, we cannot wait more for you, we need to make the team now. So that was the answer that he got. Well, it's fair enough, very plain, straight to the point. And when he said that to Teta, I don't know what to do, because I'm about to finish
For the hockey, right?
For the hockey or maybe for jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So I don't know. And you know what he said? He said, Matias, do whatever you want. Whatever is best for you. Wherever you feel better. The only thing that I want you to know is that the day that you want to come back here, doors are going to be fully open for you. That day, he decided.
Where he wants to be.
Yeah. That
There
day
you
he
go.
decided. And I was like...
Instead of an ultimatum, right?
I actually
Instead
never,
of an ultimatum, like...
I actually never say thank you to him, to Teta, but I think I mentioned to him, but I never said thank you to him for that. But I have a lot to do with his decision, of course.
And now you get to live the dream of training with your own son.
Yeah, but again, there's just so small statements. It's nothing deep. It's nothing like, oh, let's have a real deep conversation. No, just a simple sentence. If you are giving it in the right time, it comes in and it sticks. Yeah. That's what it is. Yes.
Well, amazing. Always great to hang out with you. Great to spend time with you. I love talking to you when you come in. It's been, like I said, like many years, many winters, many Christmases, right?
Yes.
And it's been...
You're going to Europe from time to time.
I used to, right?
Yeah.
I used to compete and stuff, and sometimes I would visit Waldo.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the future, it's maybe when Serenades Chi does some wrestling tournaments in Europe,
Let us know.
Yeah, I'd love to stop by, stop by Norway. I've never been.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will like. If you like Sweden, you will like Norway.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I also like to say thank you very much for all the time that you have been open for me and my kids and my family. Always very kind to us, and your people is also really, really, really nice to us. Very, 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 very open to us. I always felt like good vibes when we come. And it's just natural for us to be here, So I'm really very thankful for that. I appreciate a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
my friend. And yeah, let's keep going.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Teach me how to flow.